Hey guys, welcome back to Go for Wood. Today we are talking about the basics of jumping in Unity. Let's hop into it. Alright, so when it comes to jumping in Unity, we're actually going to want to use rigidbody.addForce. You may remember we talked about this a little bit in my movement in Unity video, where we use rigidbody.addForce to move our player, but today we're going to use it to make them jump. So if you hop into Unity, the first thing you're going to want to do is find your player and go ahead and add a rigid body component to him. Alright, so once you've done that, go ahead and open a C# script, and the first thing we're going to want to do is make a reference to our rigid body. So we'll go ahead and say public rigid body RB, and then in the start we're going to want to say rigid body RB equals get component rigid body. Then this is where the add force comes in. We're going to go ahead and say rb.add_force. And that first parameter that takes is a vector3, so we'll say new vector3, and this takes an x, a y, and a z value. And then the next thing is the force mode. So force mode, and we'll just go ahead and say .impulse for this video to give you a quick instant jump. So when you make a vector3, you have three parameters. There's your x, y, and z value. So x is your left and right, y is up and down, and z is forward and backward. So since we're dealing with jumping, we're going to go ahead and alter the y value. So we're going to want to make a jump speed variable here. So we'll say private float jump speed, and we'll set that equal to 3.0 f. And then we'll go ahead and change the y value here to our jump speed. But since this is in the update, it's just going to run this constantly. So our player is just going to keep getting blasted off into the air into infinity. So we need to put this inside of a conditional. So typically in a game, your player has to push some kind of a button to get your player to jump. So that's the conditional we're going to make here. So we'll make an if, and then inside the brackets, you want to say input dot. And then there's a couple options here. You have your get key, your get mouse button, and get button. So get button would be if you're making like an Xbox game and they have to push a button. Get key would be like a keyboard button, and then get mouse button is if you want them to like left or right click. So I'll just use the space bar today. So I'll say if input.get key, and then make a new set of parentheses, say key code dot, and then you have your entire keyboard here. I'm just going to go ahead and say space, and then close the parenthesis. Now, typically in an if statement, after you make the statement, you make brackets, and then anything inside those brackets will get executed if the conditionals is true. So in this case, if I push the space bar. But a little trick is if you put the if statement directly above only one line of code, it'll just run that line of code if this conditional is true, and you don't need the brackets. Alright, so go ahead and save your script and hop back into Unity. And the next thing we're going to want to do is take that script that you just made and attach it to your player object, or the object that you want to jump. And then in there we need to assign our rigid body, so that would just be our player, and it's going to go ahead and find the rigid body for us. So then if we go ahead and push play, and you'll notice that our player can now jump when we push the spacebar. But he jumps pretty high. The reason for that is because he is continuing to accelerate on the Y value as long as my thumb is on the spacebar. So that's a problem, because typically in games we just want them to tap the key once and then they'll jump. So we can fix this by going back into Visual Studios and changing this from get key to get key down. And the difference there is, instead of it running constantly while my thumb is on the spacebar, it's going to change this to only registering it the first time I push the key down. So we can go ahead and save that and hop back into Unity. And now he should have a much more reasonable jump, and only when I push the key. The problem that we still have is I can continue to tap the spacebar in the air and he'll fly Flappy Bird style, which may not be a problem dependent upon the game that you're making, but a lot of games you want them to not be able to continue to jump in the air and defy physics. So I'll show you how to fix that. Alright, so go ahead and jump back into your C# script, and the next thing you're going to want to do is make another variable, and this is going to be a private boolean, or bool, and a bool is a variable that holds either true or false. So we're going to call this canJump, and we're going to set it equal to false. Then the next thing you're going to want to do is in this conditional we have here, you're going to want to put two ands, and then put canJump. So now our player can only jump if you're pushing the spacebar and our variable canJump is equal to true. The other thing we're going to want to do is make brackets here, so we can put more inside of this conditional. Put this inside, and then we're going to want to put a line here that sets canJump equal to false. So this is going to be, so every time you push the spacebar and your character jumps, they're no longer able to jump. So we can't do that infinite jump. Next, we're going to want to make another void under our update, and this one is going to be called void on collision enter. And if you're making a 2D game, it is very important that you do on collision enter 2D. Now this will come already ready with some parameters, and this is collision, and it's called it collision. So basically anything that our player collides with, we're going to be able to access that and determine what it is based off of our variable collision. So we'll put in here if collision dot tag, if collision dot game object dot tag is equal to, and we'll say ground, then we will say canJump is equal to true. So if our player collides with the ground, so basically if they jump and then come back down and they hit the ground again, then we're allowing them to jump again. So the next thing we need to do is hop back into Unity and find our ground, and then we need to tag it. So over here there's a tag area. We can go ahead and click this, click it, and then go ahead and hit add tag, and then you can click the little plus here and make a new tag. So we'll call this one ground. And we can go ahead and save it. And just because you made it inside does not mean that it's applied it to here. So you have to go back to the ground and add your new ground tag. And now if we go ahead and run it, you'll notice that when we hit the ground we can jump again, but we can't infinitely jump. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up our video on jumping in Unity. If this helped you, please subscribe for more content. And don't forget to comment down below on what Unity concepts you want me to cover next. See you guys next time.